Hello students, today we will discuss very important class regarding standard limits, and the most important theorem that we are going to start with is called squeeze and play theorem. It is also known as sandwich theorem. Okay, sandwich theorem. What is this? The sandwich theorem, what it says is that suppose let us consider x belongs to some neighborhood a to b, for example, or to be precise, we consider in the neighborhood of a point a, that is a better word, say a minus delta to a plus delta. Okay, then if for all x that belongs to a minus delta to a plus delta, usually it is applied in very small interval. That is why we have to use a minus delta to a plus delta. Okay, throughout this neighborhood, if you observe that there are functions like that, g of x less than or equal to f of x less than or equal to h of x. Sometimes equal to need not be there, or it can be there, doesn't matter. Okay, so what it is saying is that there is a very small neighborhood around this point a, for example, where some function is like this, where another function is like this, and there is another function is this. This is my f of x, say, this is my g of x, this is my h of x. And if you can see the interval, in this particular interval, this is my a minus delta, this is my a plus delta. Throughout this smaller interval, if you see there, in that smaller interval from a minus delta to a plus delta, my f of x is actually lying between g of x and h of x. So, okay, this is the criteria number 1. This must be true for all x belongs to the neighborhood. Okay, so you must have g of x less than f of x less than h of x. And if somebody told you that limit extends to a, okay, g of x equal to limit extends to a, h of x equal to L, then we can conclude that the middle one, that is limit extends to a, middle one f of x is also equal to L. The idea is very simple. Suppose you observe that for a smaller interval, okay, this inequality is satisfied that some function is less than our required f of x less than some other function, and you found that in the neighborhood of the point a this inequality is valid, and limit extends to a, if we calculate, this is a known limit, this is known limit, but the intermediate one we are not able to calculate directly. Then if you can prove that for the smaller neighborhood our function f of x lies between g of x and h of x, and also this limit and that limit, the extreme side or limit exists and both are equal to same limit value L, then we can conclude that the middle function f of x limiting value will also be equal to L. Okay? So this is what is called sandwich theorem or squeeze and play theorem. Let us consider one example. Suppose somebody gave you 25 minus x square root less than or equal to f of x less than or equal to 25 minus 3x cube for all x that belongs to open 0 to 1. Okay, or preferably say minus 1 by 2 to 1 by 2. Then find limit extends to 0 f of x. Limit extends to 0 f of x. As you can see, my function is always sandwiched between these two functions. The typical sandwich, okay? It is sandwiched between these two functions, and let us evaluate what is happening to this limit as x tends to 0. Okay? Let us evaluate limit x tends to 0 root over 25 minus x square. As you know, that is equal to 5. Also, limit extends to 0. This side 25 minus 3x cube, even that is equal to 5. So therefore, what we know is that both sides the limits are tending to same value 5, and this inequality is valid around the half neighborhood of 0 throughout minus half to half. Therefore, I can conclude, I can simply say by Sandwich Sandwich theorem, we can say that limit extends to 0, f of x must also approach to same value, that is equal to 5. Okay, that is one good example on Sandwich theorem application. Whenever there is a function that is sandwiched between two other functions for a smaller neighborhood around a point A, and at that point A, the right side function and left side function, left side and right side functions, both are tending to same value of the limit L. Then the intermediate function, the middle function, limit value is also equal to L. Okay, another example. Prove that limit extends to 0, x to the power of n sine 1 by x equal to 0 for all n belongs to 0 to infinity, 0 power positive. Very important. Okay. So based on the fact that limit extends to 0, x to the power of n or x power 2n is a better thing. Okay. X power n will be 0 if n greater than 0. Okay. Okay. So suppose x power n, also find 0 power positive equal to 0. So let me use 0 plus here. So here let me keep 0 only. Limit extends to 0 plus x power n will be 0. That is 0 power n is 0 if n is greater than 0. Okay, 0 power positive equal to 0. You have to remember that. Okay. So this problem we have to prove. Now if you look at this function, x power 2n into sine 1 by x, limit extends to 0. Recollect that limit extends to 0, sine 1 by x does not exist as it is oscillating function. As it is oscillating function, and that oscillates between -1 and +1. We don't know for sure what is its value. Therefore, that limit ideally will not exist. But I can say that confidently, I can say that it always lies between -1 to +1. This we know for all x belongs to real number. Okay, -0. Okay. So therefore, what I can say, if I multiply with x power 2n, which is a positive quantity, I can be sure that this always lies between x power 2n. And now I have got the format of Sandwich function. My function f of x is here, which lies between g of x and h of x. Also, let me consider limit extends to 0, this side minus x power 2n, that is 0. Limit extends to 0, x power 2n, even that is 0. This side limit is 0, that side limit is 0. So by Sandwich theorem, I can confidently say that theorem, we can say that limit extends to 0, x power 2n sine 1 by x equal to 0. Okay, so that is very important limit. Next, similarly, I can take another limit. So in fact, I would like to tell you one thing. Limit extends to a, for any extends to a, some finite bounded value into tending to 0 value. Tending to 0 value is always equal to 0. Just remember this. Some bounded value into tending to 0 value is always 0. Example, I can directly say limit extends to, for example, 1 fractional part of x into x minus 1 whole square. Extends to 1. If you look at the fractional part of x graph, this is 0 to 1, this is 1 to 2. Okay, so in 1 minus it is y equal to x, in 1 plus it is y equal to x minus 1. So in fact, if you actually see limit extends to 1 plus fractional part of x, okay, so that is equal to simply 1 plus x minus 1, that is 0. Whereas limit x tends to 1 minus fraction part of x, that is ideally equal to 1 minus, just before minus 1, so that is equal to 1. Okay, so limit x tends to 1 plus or 1 minus fraction part of x equal to 0 and 1. But whatever may be this one, okay, whether you take LHL or RHL, 0 or 1 into this is 0, so answer equal to 0. Even I can extend this without any analysis. I can say that limit x tends to infinity, fractional part of x, okay, by x square, for example. That's a good question. This can be understood as fraction part of x, which is a bounded quantity between 0 to 1, into 1 by x square. When x tends to infinity, 1 by infinity, that is 0, that is equal to 0. Directly you can say it is equal to 0. Another example I will show you. Okay, so if you want to apply formal Sandwich theorem, you can say that fraction part of x lies between 0 and 1. Similarly, using the fact that step of x, the greatest integer function GIF, is always greater than x minus 1, less than or equal to x. Therefore, limit x tends to infinity, step of x by x square is equal to, for example. So that is limit x tends to infinity, divide by x square, you see that f of x, say f of x, where my f of x equal to x square. So if you divide this by x square, you get 1 by x minus 1 by x square less than step of x by x square less than 1 by x. Okay, so this is my f of x, which lies between 1 by x minus 1 by x square less than f of x less than or equal to 1 by x. In order to apply Sandwich theorem on step x, remember this definition: inequality x minus 1 less than step x less than or equal to x. Okay, now as you can see, evaluate the limit on both sides. X tends to infinity, 1 by x minus 1 by x square, that is 0. Limit x tends to infinity, 1 by x, that is also 0. So this limit is tending to 0, that limit is tending to 0. So by Sandwich theorem I can say as x tends to infinity, it is always bounded for any x, for all x. This is valid for all x. Okay, by Sandwich theorem we can say that limit x tends to infinity, f of x should also be equal to 0. That is the easy way to prove that limit x tends to infinity, step x by x square equal to 0 if step x is greatest integer function. So likewise we can apply Sandwich theorem to calculate limits of the form bounded into something like tending to 0. They will be equal to 0. Okay. Now we are going to prove one very important inequality that we'll use quite often. So what we are going to prove here is prove that for all x that belongs to open 0 to pi by 2, we have 2x by pi less than sin x less than x less than tan x. For all x belongs to open 0 to pi by 2, 2x by pi less than sin x less than x less than tan x. So if you look at sin x graph, the first part is easy to prove. Let us take sin x graph 0 to pi by 2. Okay, this point is pi by 2. So at pi by 2 this height is 1, so pi by 2 comma 1 is this point on the graph. This point is 0 0, and as you take any intermediate value, say pi by 4, at pi by 4 sin value is how much? 1 by root 2, root 2 by 2, which is 1.4 by 2, which is 0.7. Okay, so at this point the value is 0.7. So let us join these two by a line. What is this line equation? Y minus 0 is slope of the line, 1 minus 0 by pi by 2 minus 0. The line joining 0 0 and pi by 2 comma 1 into x minus 0, which is nothing but y equal to 2x by pi. So as you can see, when x equal to pi by 4, my y value here is 1 by 2.5 जो sin से कम है. So that confirms that this line this line always lies below this particular curve. Therefore, I can confidently say that my y of sin x is always greater than y of 2x by pi. In other words, sin x is always greater than 2x by pi for all x that belongs to open 0 to pi by 2. At the ends, they both will intersect, so equality is valid. Okay, so that is about this part, very important one. Okay. So therefore, next one, sin x less than x less than tan x. So suppose let us consider a unit circle whose radius is 1. Okay. Let us consider an angle x. X is in radians, of course. That is why I said 0 to pi by 2. Okay. So through this x, so this is again 1. Suppose this is A, this is OAB. O is center. Okay, radius is 1. Okay. So length of the arc is r theta. I would bring to your notice the simple formulas of circle r theta, where theta is in radians. If it is in degrees, you have to convert into radians by multiplying with 2 pi by 360. So, okay. So, similarly, area of sector, if required, half L R. L is length of arc, which is half r square theta. This is our L. Again, theta is in radians. Here also. Okay. So, then. So I have to compare sin x. I have to bring a sin x. So what I am going to do, I am dropping a perpendicular here. Let the foot of perpendicular be D. If you see the diagram, sin x equal to AD by 1. So AD is basically my sin x. X is my angle. That is nothing but the area of, I can say, half r square theta, maybe. Okay, area of sector OAB, sector area, equal to half r square into theta, that is x by 2. Okay, triangle OAD area is equal to half 1 into AD, that is sin x by 2. Very clearly, you can see clearly what we can say. The sector OAB sector area is definitely greater than triangle OAD area. Right? OAD sector area, OAB sector area, ये वाला जो सेक्टर है, ये पूरा एरिया, ये जो ट्रायंगल है इससे ज्यादा ही होगा. Therefore, I can say that half x is definitely greater than sin x by 2, which means sin x less than x. We have already proved first part. Second part, we have to prove x less than tan x. So tan x, if you see, AD by OD, sin x is equal to cos x is basically, oh wait, this is OD is not 1, right? OD is not 1. 1 is this entire radius. Okay, I have not used that. Okay, tan x, if you see, basically AD by OD, which we don't know. I have to relate with x. So what I can do? Cos x is basically OD. So I have talked about OAB. OAB triangle area, if I want, half OAOB sin x. So that is even half sin x. OAD area is half. Oh, OAD area, if you see, triangle OAD area, it is round. Okay. So I should write half OD into AD. It's not 1. So half OD into AD. Okay. Okay, do one thing. Let us. Okay, this is not 90. What we can do is triangle OAD area. I have to bring AD comparison with x. Area is better thing. What is OAD area? Okay, do one thing. You compare with OAB area, that is better, right? So I'll do triangle OAB area. If you remember, area of a triangle, half AB sin C, half product of two sides into sine of angle between them. So I'm going to write half OA OB sin x. But OA OB both are equal to 1, yes. So sin x by 2. Again for the comparison I can say triangle OAB area is definitely lesser than the sector by a smaller amount you can see. This is OAB area और ये जो आर्क से जाता है वो है आपका सेक्टर, ये बड़ा वाला सेक्टर है और ये छोटा वाला ये ट्रायंगल है, तो बीच में कुछ एरिया बचेगा. So sector area definitely greater than. So triangle OAB area is less than OAB sector area. ठीक है, तो by that logic you can say OAB triangle area sin x by 2 should be less than sector area half x. So again you get the same. So anyway that is correct. But the thing is I have to bring a tan x in the picture. So that is sin x by cos x, x cos x, x into cos x, half x cos x, half sin x. Half sin x is OAB triangle area. So how to bring the OAB triangle area जो है OAD एरिया अगर कंपेयर करते हैं तो बेटर है ना. OAD एरिया अगर कैसे आता है, राइट एंगल ट्रायंगल हाफ OD एरिया. चलो एक बार ट्राई करते हैं. ट्रायंगल OAD एरिया इज इक्वल टू हाफ OD AD, right? And we have hypotenuse as 1. Okay, so sin x, if I see sin x is AD by 1, so AD is like sin x, half OD I think is like cos x. Okay, so triangle OAD area. I can say that triangle OAD area should be less than triangle OAB area. That means half cos x sin x should be less than triangle OAB half sin x. So that is giving us only cos x less than 1. Okay, so that is not a good result. We are getting cos x less than 1. But we were expecting something different. X cos x. This is very tricky. X less than tan x. तो x का रिलेटेड एरिया इज ओनली सेक्टर OAB. तो सेक्टर OAB से भी बड़ा एरिया चाहिए हमको, तब सेक्टर को इन्वॉल्व कर सकते हैं. और tan x जो है, तो एक काम करेंगे, ये हटाएंगे. ठीक है, तो इसी में सेक्टर से भी बड़ा एरिया हमको मिलना है और जिसमें tan x भी आना है. So let me redraw the diagram for better clarity. So this is the center, this is A, this is B, this is radius 1. I have already told you, I have considered as x radians. ठीक है, xc radians, and I have compared triangle OAB area with sector OAB area. So that is fine. Suppose if I draw a tangent here at B and I will extend this to meet at A dash. Okay, now let me take triangle OA dash B area. Okay, so I think that is half OB A dash B. Half OB is 1, A dash B, you can see tan x. Is it tan x? I am very tempted. Yes, tan x is A dash B by OB. Yes. Yes. So that is half tan x. Okay. So now I will definitely say that my triangle O A dash B area should be definitely greater than this sector O A B sector area. Sector area. Therefore, I can see that half tan x is greater than half x, which means tan x is greater than x. Right? Therefore, combining all the results, we get 2x by pi is always less than sin x less than x less than tan x for all x that belongs to 0 to pi by 2. X is in radians. That is very important inequality. Now, how we are going to use this inequality to derive further limits? Okay. Now, as you can see, we got some inequalities immediately. We can apply Sandwich theorem. Okay. So, limit since sin x less than tan x. Okay. The first standard limit. Two standard limits we are going to discuss, and what are they? Limit x tends to 0, sin x by x is 1, where x is in radians. Please understand this. Similarly, limit x tends to 0, tan x by x is also equal to 1, where x is in radians. So these two limits we are going to prove now using Sandwich theorem. In order to prove that, we have the limits already here. Okay, तो इसको मैं मैनिपुलेट करूंगा कैसे? sin x by x जो है डिवाइड बाय x करूंगा, तो लेस देन 1 आया, tan x by x आया, और इसको मैं लिखूंगा sin x by x into 1 by cos x. ठीक है, तो what I have here is that sin x by x जो है less than 1 है, 1 less than sin x by x into 1 by cos x. ये cos x को सिर्फ इससे मल्टीप्लाई करूंगा, तो मैं लिख सकता हूँ cos x less than sin x by x. तो इफेक्टिवली मैंने क्या प्रूव किया कि cos x less than sin x by x less than 1 for all x belongs to 0 to pi by 2 in the neighborhood of 0. Sin x by x is an even function. Replace x by minus x, you get the same thing. तो 0 प्लस में जो भी हो रहा है तो वही 0 माइनस में ही होगा, और replace x by minus x throughout this. You can say that it is valid around the neighborhood of 0. Therefore, what I am going to do, I am going to consider limit x tends to 0 this side cos x, that is 1, and limit x tends to 0 that side 1 is always 1. Therefore, ये वाला लिमिट 1 को टेंड कर रहा है, वो वाला लिमिट भी 1 को टेंड कर रहा है, तो अकॉर्डिंग टू सैंडविच थ्योरम बीच में जो भी फंक्शन रहेगा, by Sandwich theorem I can say that limit x tends to 0 sin x by x equal to 1. That's a very important limit, but only thing is x has to be in radians. For example, this is again popular question. Then what is sin x degree by x? What we told you is sin x by x when x is in radians is actually 1. So, okay, we'll continue with this one only. So, but here what we have given is degrees. First, let us convert into radians. तो लिमिट x टेंड्स टू 0 इसको रेडियंस में कन्वर्ट करेंगे तो पाई बाय 180 into x. तो यहाँ सिर्फ x है. ये लिमिट क्या बोलता है? साइन के अंदर जो भी एंगल है इन रेडियंस, सेम एंगल शुड बी प्रेजेंट इन द डिनोमिनेटर. तो हम क्या करेंगे? तो इधर भी इसको पाई बाय 180 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, और ठीक है, और इधर भी पाई बाय 180 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे. तो इससे क्या होता है? पाई बाय 180 कांस्टेंट जिसको बाहर लेके आ सकते हैं. लिमिट x टेंड्स टू 0 sin ऑफ, ठीक है, ये पूरा पाई x बाय 180 को अगर मान लो y मान लो, क्योंकि अब ये रेडियंस हुआ, तो इट इज लाइक sin y by y फॉर्मेट ओनली, वेयर y इज इन रेडियंस. अब ये होगा y टेंड्स टू 0 वेयर y इक्वल टू pi x by 180 in radians now. Therefore, sin y by y, limit y tends to 0. बहुत लोग सोचते हैं sin y by sin x by x is 1. No, that is only when x tends to 0. ठीक है, तो इसका वैल्यू 1 है, स्टैंडर्ड लिमिट है, और ये जो पाई बाय 180 बाहर है वो 1 से मल्टीप्लाई करके अब आंसर होगा क्या? पाई बाय 180. ओके, जैसे मैं बोला था कि अगर मैं पूछूं लिमिट x टेंड्स टू पाई बाय 2 व्हाट इज sin x by x, इसका वैल्यू 1 नहीं है. ठीक है, तो डायरेक्टली पुट करो sin 91 by pi by 2, that is 2 by pi. Not every sin x by x is 1. Limit x tends to 0 sin x by x is 1, and that x must be in radians, not in degrees. Okay. तो अगर दोनों डिग्रीज में है तो चलेगा. sin x डिग्री by x, ये भी 1 है. लेकिन दोनों डिग्रीज या दोनों रेडियंस में होना चाहिए, ठीक है। तो ये भी 1 है, ठीक है। तो उसके बाद यहाँ x डिग्री लिखने का मतलब नहीं है, क्योंकि हम जो नंबर्स लिखते हैं, ठीक है, वो क्या, वो रेडियंस ही है। तो इनफैक्ट तो तब x डिग्री नहीं होता है ये, तो ये भी वापस पाई बाय 180 से मल्टीप्लाई करना ही पड़ेगा, ठीक है। तो प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड दिस सेम क्वेश्चन आई हैव डन हियर, राइट। सो ये बात आप दिमाग में याद रख लो। उसके बाद second limit tan x by x. So how do I prove this? We have to prove this again. We are going to use that inequality only. हमारे पास इतना बड़ा inequality है जिसको हमने प्रूव किया है, तो मैं इस पार्ट को पकड़ूंगा। tan x by x greater than 1 आएगा यहाँ से, and यहाँ क्या है, sin x less than x. Divide by cos x अगर करेंगे तो sin x by cos x less than x by cos x, 0 to 90 cos positive, so we can divide that. So we got 1 less than tan x by x less than x secant x, ठीक है। तो sin x less than x less than tan x sin x by x greater than 1 less than, okay, and we got sin x less than x divided by cos x, tan x less than, तो tan x by x अगर करेंगे तो x भी हट जाएगा, ठीक है। तो दिस इज लाइक tan x less than x into secant x। तो ये इनइक्वालिटी हमको आया है। अब हम देख सकते हैं ये वाला लिमिट as x tends to 0 1 है, तो और वो वाला n का लिमिट ये वाला equal to secant x secant 0, that is also 1. Since this limit is tending to 1, that side limit is tending to 1, the middle one by Sandwich theorem will also tend to the same limit. By Sandwich theorem I can say that limit x tends to 0, again tan x by x is 1. Again here is x is in radians in the trigonometric function. So by the same logic I can say that, for example, limit x tends to 0, what is tan 3x by 2x? तो यहाँ क्या है, 3x है, तो यहाँ भी 3x ही होना चाहिए, और मैंने सिंबल कुछ और नहीं लिखा, इसका मतलब ये भी रेडियंस है, तो by 3x कर दो, इसको into 3 कर दो, by 2 कर दो, है ना। तो ये हो गए, तो ये वाला लिमिट तो 1 है, 1 into 3 by 2, that is 3 by 2. Similarly, limit x tends to 0, tan of x degree by x, तो x डिग्री को रेडियंस में कन्वर्ट कर दो, tan pi x by 180 आएगा, तो इसके लिए यहाँ pi by 180x होगा, pi by 180 होगा, ये वापस 1 है, तो आंसर इज अगेन pi by 180. तो लिमिट x tends to 0. तो अभी तक हमने एक बार अगर समराइज करेंगे क्या क्या स्टैंडर्ड लिमिट्स हमने अभी तक सीखा है, इन सब का लिस्ट आपको मेमोराइज होना चाहिए। लिमिट x टेंड्स टू ये x पावर n माइनस a पावर n बाई x माइनस a n इंटू a पावर n माइनस 1, या फिर इसका बड़ा एक्सटेंशन x पावर n माइनस a पावर m बाई x पावर n माइनस a पावर n m बाई n a पावर m माइनस n। लिमिट x टेंड्स टू इंफिनिटी a0 प्लस a1 x प्लस a2 x स्क्वायर अप टू ये m x पावर m बाई b0 प्लस b1 x प्लस b2 x square up to bm x power bn x power n is equal to ये m by bn, leading by leading, if m equal to n, उसके बाद equal to 0 if n m less than n, डिनोमिनेटर ज्यादा है, if m greater than n, that is infinity into am by bn, जो प्लस माइनस इंफिनिटी होगा, ठीक है। उसके बाद एक और लिमिट हमने इंट्रोड्यूस किया था, मान लो ये लिमिट नंबर 1, लिमिट नंबर 2, लिमिट नंबर 3, लिमिट नंबर 4 हमने इंट्रोड्यूस किया था, लिमिट x टेंड्स टू 0, 1 प्लस x पावर n माइनस 1 बाई x इक्वल टू n। और उसके बाद आज जो इंट्रोड्यूस किया था x टेंड्स टू 0, sin x बाई x इज 1, और लिमिट x टेंड्स टू 0, tan x by x इक्वल टू 1। तो ये जो 6 स्टैंडर्ड लिमिट्स हैं ये सारे आपको दिमाग में होना चाहिए, तो बड़े बड़े प्रॉब्लम्स में हम इसका इस्तेमाल डायरेक्टली करेंगे और लिखेंगे अकॉर्डिंग टू स्टैंडर्ड लिमिट, दिस इज द वैल्यू, ओके। यू हैव टू मेमोराइज दिस लिमिट्स सो इट विल बी हेल्पफुल। Later we'll see we have more comfortable methods also. So we can do many questions based on these standard limits. Alright. So, and apart from this, what we have understood is that whenever there is a function that is sandwiched between two other functions, for all x belongs to some neighborhood a minus delta to a plus delta, limit extends to a f of x equal to L if limit extends to a g of x equal to limit extends to a h of x equal to L. Okay, so that is your sandwich theorem or squeeze and play theorem. And some notable inequalities: step of x GIF is always less than x minus 1 less than step x less than or equal to x. That is one notable inequality. Similarly, another one, fractional part of x always lies between close to 0 to open 1. So we'll do problems based on these particular limits, standard limits and sandwich theorem. Okay. Okay. Let us look at these problems. There are about 14 problems. You can pause the video, take the screenshot and work out the problems. Okay, and check your answers because I am going to discuss the solutions now. Okay. Let us start the discussion of the solution. You can take the screenshot or you can pause the video, work out all the problems. Where box x is greatest integer function, fractional part of x extends to 0, step of tan of fractional part of x by fractional part of x. And last problem, 14th problem is here. I think you can see limit extends to minus infinity, step of cot inverse x. Okay, let us start the discussion. Question number 1, limit extends to 0, sin inverse x by x. Simple thing, wherever you see inverse, put that equal to theta. Okay, that belongs to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Eventually x becomes sin theta tending to 0, matlab theta tending to 0. The question now becomes limit theta tends to 0. Sin inverse x is like theta by sin theta. This is nothing but 1 by limit theta tends to 0, sin theta by theta. But this limit is one standard limit, so 1 by 1, that is 1. Second one, tan inverse sin x. Again, we do the same thing. Put this inverse equal to theta. तो इसका मतलब है tan theta becomes sin x. Okay, so ये काम करेंगे इसमें. तो ये जो limit extends to 0, tan inverse sin x by x था, मैं क्या करूँगा? by sin x into sin x करूँगा, ताकि यहाँ एक स्टैंडर्ड लिमिट आ जाए. We can write it as limit extends to 0, tan inverse sin x by sin x into limit extends to 0, tan inverse sin x by sin x into limit extends to 0, sin x by x. This is standard limit, इसका वैल्यू 1 है, तो बचेगा tan inverse sin x by sin x. तो उसके लिए हम वापस यही मेथड फॉलो करेंगे, इनवर्स को थीटा रखना. तो x tends to 0, sin x is also tending to 0. तो जब मैं tan inverse sin x को थीटा रखता हूँ, तो इसका मतलब ये है sin x equal to tan theta, जो 0 को टेंड करता है, मतलब theta tends to 0. The question becomes limit theta tends to 0, tan inverse sin x is theta, by sin x becomes tan theta. इसको हम आराम से लिख सकते हैं 1 by limit tan theta tends to 0, tan theta by theta. That is 1 by standard limit 1. तो इसका वैल्यू भी 1 है. मतलब sin x by x, tan x by x, tan inverse x by x, sin inverse x by x, all are tending to limit 1 when x tends to 0. Okay, so next third limit, sin ax by tan bx, तो इसको हम आराम से by bx into bx करेंगे और यहाँ by ax into ax करेंगे। तो इससे होता क्या है, तो sin x tending to 0, तो ax will also tends to 0, sin ax by ax, sin same angle by same angle, when that same angle tending to 0, that limit value is 1, तो ये limit value 1 होगा। Similarly tan bx by bx, it's like tan theta by theta when theta tending to 0, तो ये भी 1 होगा। बचेगा ax by bx, x x कैंसिल हो जाएगा, तो बचेगा आपको a by b। That is question number 3. Question number 4, 1 minus cos 8x by x square. Interesting, important limit. तो recollect from your trigonometry, 1 minus cos theta can be written as 2 sin square theta by 2, ठीक है। तो by x square, यहाँ एंगल क्या है, ax by 2, sin square है, तो ये कम करेंगे ax by 2 होल स्क्वायर से, यहाँ और यहाँ मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे और बाकी x स्क्वायर ऐसे रह गया। तो इसको हम अच्छे से लिखेंगे 2 into limit x tends to 0 sin of ax by 2 by of ax by 2 and इस लिमिट का होल स्क्वायर into limit x tends to 0 a square x square by 4 by x square, तो x square will get cancel out, so we have 2 into a standard limit 1 उसका स्क्वायर into a square by 4, तो answer is a square by 2. So in the next class we will see there is even shortcut for this, but as of now we have to do like this. So limit x tends to 0, 1 minus cos ax by x square का वैल्यू कितना होगा, a square by 2. Next question number 5, by the same logic if I am going to apply this here, limit x tends to 0, 1 minus cos mx, मैं इसको डिवाइड करूंगा x स्क्वायर से, 1 minus cos nx इसको भी x स्क्वायर से डिवाइड करूंगा, तो as per the previous problem इसका वैल्यू होगा m square by 2 by इसका वैल्यू होगा n square by 2, तो आंसर is simply m square by n square. Okay, so that is about question number 5. Question number 6, 1 minus cos x, जैसे इसी को मैं यूज करूंगा, लिमिट x टेंड्स टू 0, ये होगा 1 minus cos x by x square, तो tan x by 5 का होल स्क्वायर है ये, तो by x square है, तो दिस इज लाइक लिमिट x टेंड्स टू 0, 1 minus cos x by x square by लिमिट x टेंड्स टू 0 tan of x by 5 का होल स्क्वायर, तो मुझे चाहिए x by 5 का होल स्क्वायर, तो into 25 यहाँ करूंगा क्योंकि यहाँ सिर्फ x स्क्वायर ही था, है ना, तो ये वैल्यू वापस क्या है, a स्क्वायर बाई 2, मतलब ये 1 स्क्वायर बाई 2 हुआ अकॉर्डिंग टू प्रीवियस लिमिट, और tan बाई tan थीटा बाई थीटा एंड उसका होल स्क्वायर, ये 1 होगा ये पार्ट, तो ये बचेगा 1 बाई 25, तो आंसर होगी 25/2. ओके, 25/2. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नंबर 7. क्वेश्चन नंबर 7, limit x tends to 1, some polynomial by trigonometry, when you put x equal to 1, this is 0, 0 by 0, that means there is a factor here x minus 1. Let us eliminate that root by synthetic division, then the quotients are 1 1 0 minus 2, ठीक है, तो 0 1 1 2 2 2 2 minus 2 2 0, तो we can factorize the numerator as x minus 1 into x square plus 2x plus 2 divided by sin x minus 1, and you see limit x tends to 1. Now this is also standard limit because x tends to 1, you can put x minus 1 equal to t for example, or I am going to split it like limit x tends to 1 x minus 1 by sin x minus 1 into limit x tends to 1 x square plus 2x plus 2. ये वाला लिमिट में अगर मैं x minus 1 को थीटा पुट करता हूँ तो क्वेश्चन होगा लिमिट थीटा टेंड्स टू 0 थीटा बाय sin थीटा, जबकि ये स्टैंडर्ड लिमिट है, अभी हमने प्रूव किया है, तो उसका वैल्यू 1 है इनटू ये जो लिमिट है 1 + 2 + 2 दैट इज इक्वल टू 5, तो आंसर होगा 1 × 5 दैट इज 5. क्वेश्चन नंबर 8 इज एक्चुअल आईआईटी क्वेश्चन. सो एक सिंपल हिंट मैं देता हूँ, तो ऑन दिस try to 80% of the time always try to convert the limits into tending to 0 format. This will help you even for the next lecture also. They are very easy to handle. What I am trying to say, question number 8, if you see limit x tends to 1 minus x into tan pi x by 2, directly if you put 0 into infinity, हमने ऑलरेडी डिस्कस किया इंडिटरमिनेट फॉर्म्स करके, तो उसमें जीरो इंटू इन्फिनिटी भी आएगा, तो इसका वैल्यू अभी इससे पता नहीं चलता है, तो कुछ और करना है। यहाँ क्या करना है, तो सबसे पहले मैं क्या ये करूँगा कि x माइनस वन को थीटा पुट करूँगा, तो x टेंस टू वन, x माइनस वन टेंस टू जीरो, सो ये हो जाएगा लिमिट थीटा टेंस टू जीरो। अब वन माइनस एक्स होगा माइनस थीटा tan पाई बाई टू, और x होगी वन प्लस थीटा। सो दिस इज लाइक लिमिट थीटा टेंस टू जीरो माइनस थीटा इंटू tan 90 प्लस पाई बाई टू थीटा माइनस cot पाई बाई टू थीटा, minus minus becomes plus. So the question will now become limit theta tends to 0, theta cot को लिखेंगे 1 by tan pi theta by 2, तो ये कम करेंगे इसमें pi by 2 यहाँ और यहाँ मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, तो उससे होता क्या है pi by 2 theta by tan pi by 2 theta सेम आएंगे and that is tending to 0. So ये स्टैंडर्ड लिमिट हो गया, उसका वैल्यू 1 है, तो 1 by यहाँ एक और बचा है pi by 2, तो आंसर is going to be 2 by 5. That is IIT question. Okay. Next question number 9. Root 1 plus root जैसे root अगर देखा है तो rationalize करेंगे, so that is one technique. Or there is another technique also here. If you want to use standard limit, the easiest way is do one thing: add minus 1 and plus 1, 1 minus root 1 plus sin x by x. तो इसको स्प्लिट करेंगे, ठीक है, तो इसको स्प्लिट करके ऐसा लिखेंगे लिमिट x टेंस टू 0 रूट 1 प्लस tan x माइनस 1 बाई tan x into tan x by x. I am going to apply more than one standard limit here, 1 plus sin x by sin x into sin x by x. Why I have brought sin x tan x? Because I am going to use the standard limit here. What is the standard limit? Limit x tends to 0, 1 plus x power n minus 1 by x equal to n. So for that I want x here, the same x here to be present. Therefore what I am going to do, this limit I am going to write it as tan x tending to 0. In fact it is like putting tan x equal to theta only for this part. So that will become 1 plus tan x minus 1 by tan x into limit x tends to 0 tan x by x minus limit x tends to 0 root 1 plus sin x minus 1 by sin x. So when sin x is also tending to 0 into limit x tends to 0, यहाँ आपको मिलेगा limit x tends to 0 sin x by x. इसका वैल्यू 1 है, इसका वैल्यू 1 है, और इसका वैल्यू ये जो थ्योरम है यहाँ देखो आप, तो ये जो x है, x को tan x हो sin x हो फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा as long as that function tending to 0. In other words, this can be generalized as limit f of x tending to 0, 1 plus f of x whole power n minus 1 by f of x is equal to n. ठीक है, तो therefore be equal to n. n क्या है यहाँ 1 plus tan x power 1 by 2, तो इसका वैल्यू 1 by 2 into 1 minus उसका वैल्यू 1 by 2 into 1, तो आंसर equal to 0. That is about question number 9. Question number 10. So there seems to be a little simplification here. We'll do that. Sin c minus sin d. I hope all of you remember this, isn't it? Your favorite trigonometry, 2 sin c minus d by 2 cos c plus d by 2. So I am going to apply that for question number 10. Okay? So question number 10. So we have limit x tends to 0 sin of a plus 2x minus sin of a plus x minus sin of a plus x को आखिरी में लिखूंगा वापस sin of a plus x, ताकि यहाँ sin c minus sin d होगा, यहाँ भी वही है by x square. तो इसको हम वो ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन फार्मूला अप्लाई करेंगे, sin c minus sin d, तो ये हुआ आपका c, ये हुआ आपका d, तो 2 sin this minus this a plus 2x minus a plus x by 2 cos this plus this by 2, ठीक है, by x square plus limit x tends to 0 sin c minus sin d, 2 sin this minus x by 2, 2 sin minus x by 2 cos c plus d, this plus this by 2, a plus x by 2 by x square. ठीक है, तो इसको वापस सिंप्लीफाई करेंगे तो ये हुआ माइनस ये कैंसिल x बाई टू साइन x बाई टू कॉस ये प्लस 3x बाई टू। ओके, और यहाँ आएगा माइनस साइन माइनस थीटा माइनस साइन थीटा 2 साइन x बाई टू कॉस a प्लस x बाई टू द होल थिंग डिवाइडेड बाई x स्क्वायर। तो 2 साइन x बाई टू वापस हम इसमें से कॉमन लेंगे तो ये होगा लिमिट x टेंड्स टू 0 2 साइन x बाई टू, तो बचेगा cos a प्लस 3x बाई टू माइनस cos a प्लस x बाई टू। और आपको ये भी याद होगा cos c माइनस cos d that is 2 sin c plus d by 2 sin d minus c by 2. So that is limit x tends to 0 2 sin x by 2 into 2 sin this plus this by 2 2a by 2 a and 4x by 2 that is 2x by 2 that is x into sin this minus this by 2 this minus this is x by 2 minus 3x by 2 that is minus x and then by 2, ठीक है, बाई एक्स स्क्वायर। तो ये हुआ आपका देखो 4 इंटू साइन स्क्वायर एक्स बाई 2 इंटू साइन ऑफ ए प्लस एक्स बाई एक्स स्क्वायर एंड देयर इज नेगेटिव साइन लिमिट एक्स टेंड्स टू 0। ठीक है, अब हम क्या करेंगे, ये 4 को नीचे लेके जाएंगे ताकि ये होगा x बाई 2 का होल स्क्वायर। अब ये क्या है, साइन स्क्वायर x बाई 2 बाई x बाई 2 का होल स्क्वायर, इट इज लाइक साइन x बाई 2 बाई x बाई 2 द होल स्क्वायर when x by 2 tending to 0 because x is tending to 0। ठीक है, तो वो वापस स्टैंडर्ड लिमिट हो जाएगा तो इसका वैल्यू 1 आएगा तो बचेगा sin a plus x but x is 0 so the answer is minus sin a minus sin a। that is about question number 10। now question number 11 is more interesting। So question number 10 all we have a simple trigonometric simplification। तो क्वेश्चन नंबर 11 ये अगर देखेंगे तो इन्होंने दिया f of tan theta is given by pi r equal to 1 to n 1 minus tan square theta by 2 power r। ठीक है, तो बेसिकली इट इज 1 माइनस tan स्क्वायर थीटा एंड उसका प्रोडक्ट। अब प्रोडक्ट क्या है, देखो थीटा बाय 2 पावर r as you increase r the angles keep on getting halved, right? theta by 2 square theta by 2 cube etc। तो बेसिकली we need to connect half angle or double angle formula। if you recollect tan alpha that can be written as 2 tan alpha by 2 by 1 minus tan square alpha by 2। therefore what I am going to do 1 minus tan square alpha या फिर इसको इस पूरे को अल्फा मान लो, let theta by 2 power r is alpha। so it is like 1 minus tan square alpha जो हम लिख सकते हैं tan 2 alpha फार्मूला से। tan 2 alpha क्या है, 2 tan alpha by 1 minus tan square alpha। तो हम लिखेंगे 1 minus tan square alpha equal to 2 tan alpha by tan 2 alpha and we'll see interesting thing here that is diagonal cancellation, right? so how, let us see that। ठीक है, तो हमारा जो r equal to 1 to n क्वेश्चन होगा 1 minus tan square ये पूरा alpha that is like pi r equal to 1 to n 2 tan alpha by tan 2 alpha। अब alpha क्या है वो पुट करेंगे तो 2 tan alpha क्या है, theta by 2 power r tan 2 times theta by 2 power r that is 2 power r minus 1। ठीक है, तो ये 2 हर एक टर्म के साथ रहेगा क्योंकि ये पाई है कितने बार, n बार, तो 2 into 2 into 2 becomes 2 power n। तो बाकी जो पाई r equal to 1 to n ये होगा tan theta by 2 power r by tan theta by 2 power r minus 1। इसमें आराम से r equal to 1 2 3 पुट करेंगे। ठीक है, तो ये होगा r equal to 1 पुट करने से tan theta by 2 by 2 आएगा and theta by 2 power 0 that is 1 आएगा into r equal to 2 अगर पुट करेंगे theta by 2 square मतलब 4 होगा और tan theta by r equal to 2 में theta by 2 आएगा और आगे r equal to 3 पुट करेंगे theta by 8 होगा और यहाँ थीटा बाई 4 होगा। लाइकवाइज tan थीटा बाई 2 पावर n एंड tan थीटा बाई 2 पावर n माइनस 1। अब आप देख सकते हो डायगोनल कैंसिलेशन, दिस इज गॉन, दिस इज गॉन, दिस इज गॉन, लाइक दैट। तो बचेगा ये वाला और ये वाला, तो दैट विल बी 2 पावर n tan थीटा बाई 2 पावर n डिवाइडेड बाई tan थीटा। ये आ गया आपका कुछ, आपका f ऑफ n गामा थीटा। लेकिन हमको क्या एवेल्यूएट करना है फाइनली, लिमिट n टेंड्स टू इंफिनिटी f ऑफ n गामा थीटा का जगह पे क्या है पाई बाई 4 पुट करना है। तो लिमिट n टेंड्स टू इंफिनिटी 2 पावर n tan पाई बाई 4, या थीटा को थीटा ही पुट करेंगे, ठीक है, तो बाद में थीटा का पाई बाई 4 वैल्यू पुट करेंगे। तो ये थीटा को थीटा रहने दो बाई 2 पावर n बाई tan थीटा। अब ये बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है क्योंकि n टेंड्स टू इंफिनिटी में होता क्या है, 2 पावर n will tends to infinity, 1 by 2 power n will tends to 0, theta by 2 power n will again tends to 0. So it is like tan of something, that something is tending to 0. So what we are going to do, we are going to do one simple thing here, that is, let me erase this one, okay, and I'll continue this thing, okay. तो लिमिट n टेंड्स टू इंफिनिटी, इसको लिखेंगे tan थीटा बाई 2 पावर n, तो बाई थीटा बाई 2 पावर n इंटू थीटा बाई 2 पावर n करूंगा, ठीक है, इसका कॉम्पेंसेशन हो गया, तो बचेगा 2 पावर n बाई tan थीटा, ठीक है। तो ये वैल्यू जो है एज n टेंड्स टू इंफिनिटी थीटा बाई 2 पावर n टेंड्स टू 0, देयरफॉर ये जो लिमिट है n टेंड्स टू इंफिनिटी tan थीटा बाई 2 पावर n बाई थीटा बाई 2 पावर n बिकम स्टैंडर्ड लिमिट, that is equal to 1। तो बचेगा आपको 1 into थीटा by 2 power n gone, तो थीटा by tan थीटा बचा है, लिमिट n tends to infinity। अब इसमें कुछ n है ही नहीं, तो आंसर इज थीटा by tan थीटा। लेकिन क्वेश्चन में दिया थीटा का वैल्यू पाई बाई 4 है, तो अब when थीटा इज पाई बाई 4 the limit value becomes पाई बाई 4 by tan पाई बाई 4 tan 45 1, so that is पाई बाई 4। Okay, that is application of trigonometry and limits together. Next, question number 12. This is nothing but simple understanding of step function or greatest integer function. Part 1, if you see, limit extends to 0, step of sin x by x. So you might think that I'll directly put this as step of limit extends to 0 sin x by x. I want to warn you, these two are different. Okay, limit extends to 0 sin x by x is 1. Okay, step of 1 is 1. Whereas here, if you see, understand one thing, that sin x, we have already proved this, is always less than x. तो sin x by x जो है ये 1 से कम होगा थोड़ा, मतलब 2 by pi से ज़्यादा भी होगा, ये भी तो पता है आपको, ठीक है। तो ये जो वैल्यू है sin x by x, that belongs to 0 to 1. Since sin x by x का वैल्यू for any x that lies between 0 to 90, ओके, sin x by x का वैल्यू क्या है 0 to 1 के बीच में रहता है, तो स्टेप क्या है, स्टेप ऑफ sin x by x का एक एग्जैक्ट वैल्यू होता है, वो वैल्यू जितने भी हो 0 to 1 के बीच में, उसका स्टेप का वैल्यू हमेशा 0 होता है। Therefore limit extends to 0, step of sin x by x equal to limit extends to 0, ये एग्जैक्ट 0 है, तो उसका वैल्यू 0 ही होगा, 1 नहीं होगा, ठीक है। Whereas दूसरा वाला क्वेश्चन जो मैंने बोला था, step of limit extends to 0 sin x by x, तो दिस इज स्टेप ऑफ 1, क्योंकि ये लिमिट वैल्यू 1 है और स्टेप 1 क्या है 1 होता है, तो ये दोनों लिमिट्स डिफरेंट है, ध्यान रखना। ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नंबर 2। Question number 2, limit extends to 0 sin of step x by of step x. So as soon as you see this extends to 0 plus, you consider sin of step x by of step x. Extends to 0 plus, थोड़ा 0 से आगे जाओगे तो step x is exact 0. Exact 0 is different, tending to 0 is different. Exact 0 by exact 0, 0 by 0, इसका वैल्यू undefined है, तो मतलब ये लिमिट एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं करेगा। Therefore, limit extends to 0 sin of step x by of step x does not exist. Whereas, if you are interested, you can see what is happening to 0 minus sin of step x by of step x. That is equal to limit extends to 0 minus Now it is negative, x is slightly less than 0, ठीक है, माइनस 0.001, उसका स्टेप वैल्यू एग्जैक्टली -1 ही होगा। तो जहां भी आप स्टेप देखते हो वहां -1 पुट कर देना। तो -sin1 by -1, तो आंसर इज sin 1। तो इसका मतलब यह है कि RHL डज नॉट एग्जिस्ट बट LHL का वैल्यू sin 1। अगर सिर्फ LHL पूछा होता तो आंसर इज sin 1, बट आई हैव आस्क्ड लिमिट एक्सटेंड्स टू 0 sin step x by step x। सिंस RHL does not exist, so that limit does not exist। ठीक है। Next, question number 3, part number 3, you can see by the same logic, but this is interesting। Tan step x by x, limit extends to 0। Again, you do the same thing, 0 plus में tan step x by x होगा, this is exact 0 by x, limit extends to 0 plus। Please observe this step, this is very important। ठीक है, तो step x का exact value 0 है, तो tan 0 का exact value 0 है, so this is limit extends to 0 plus 0 by x। This is not 0 by 0 because in limits extends to 0, x means x is never 0, okay, we are only in the neighborhood of 0, okay, so this is like 0 by some value which is tending to 0 but not exactly 0, but not exactly 0, it is like 0.0 by 0.00001, तो उसका वैल्यू क्या है, 0 ही होता है। ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट है ना। अगर मान लो इसमें तो मैंने नहीं दिया, लेकिन अगर मान लो सेम क्वेश्चन लिमिट एक्सटेंड्स टू 0 स्टेप ऑफ tan x by x पूछा होता तो उसका वैल्यू क्या होता पता है, x sin x लेस देन tan x का मतलब ये है कि tan x by x 1 से ज्यादा होता है, तो स्टेप ऑफ थोड़ा सा ज्यादा होता है, ज्यादा नहीं, तो स्टेप ऑफ tan x by x का एग्जैक्टली वैल्यू 1 होता है। तो देयरफॉर लिमिट एक्सटेंड्स टू 0 स्टेप ऑफ tan x by x का वैल्यू 1 होता है, whereas step of sin x by x का वैल्यू 0 होता है। In fact, this can be generalized, you can remember, you can make a separate note, in general limit extends to 0 sin of mx by x का स्टेप जो है m-1 होता है पर m belongs to natural number, ठीक है। लिमिट एक्सटेंड्स टू 0 tan of same mx by x होता है m for all m belongs to natural number, ठीक है। तो ये चीज आपको दिमाग में रखना चाहिए, और exact 0 by tending to 0 is always equal to 0, okay, so you should know the difference between when it is exactly 0, when it is tending to 0, step value is always exact value, okay, so that is about question number 3. Question number 4, here I have asked extends to 0 plus sin step x by x, again same thing, 0 plus means the exact value 0 है, sin 0 by x limit extends to 0 plus, this is 0 by x limit extends to 0 plus, that is again 0. So question number 13, limit extends to 0 step of tan of fractional part of x, जिसको हम लिख सकते हैं x minus step x, and उसका step, ठीक है। तो एक काम करेंगे यहाँ, वो क्या है, फ्रैक्शनल पार्ट ऑफ x, या फिर we'll deal with fractional part of x only। तो if you observe limit extends to 0 plus fractional part of x, this is nothing but limit extends to 0 plus x minus step x, that is limit extends to 0 plus x minus 0, that is 0, whereas limit extends to 0 minus fraction part of x, that is limit extends to 0 minus fraction part of x is x minus step x, but step x is -1, so it is x plus 1, limit extends to 0 minus, that is 1, therefore limit extends to 0, it does not exist, but understand one thing, fractional part of x always lies between 0 to 1, so tan of fractional part of x is also, मतलब ये भी 0 to pi by 2 के बीच में रहेगा, तो I can definitely say tan of theta is definitely greater than theta, therefore tan of fractional part of x by of fractional part of x is always greater than 1, therefore इसका स्टेप का वैल्यू 100% 1 ही होगा, इसका मतलब है आप लिमिट एक्सटेंड्स टू 0, स्टेप ऑफ tan ऑफ फ्रैक्शनल पार्ट ऑफ x बाय फ्रैक्शनल पार्ट ऑफ x इक्वल टू 1 ही होगा। लास्ट क्वेश्चन नंबर 14 एक्सटेंड्स टू minus infinity, step of cot inverse x. I would like to bring to your attention cot inverse x graph. This is pi and this is 0. Cot inverse x is decreasing. ठीक है, तो मैंने पूछा लिमिट एक्सटेंड्स टू माइनस इंफिनिटी स्टेप ऑफ cot inverse x. तो आप देख सकते हो as I am tending towards minus infinity, my cot inverse x is approaching what pi 3 point something. तो I can say that since as x tends to minus infinity, cot inverse x is approaching pi. Therefore, step of cot inverse x is 100% equal to 3. Step of pi. Step of pi. That is 3. Exactly 3. Therefore, limit extends to minus infinity. Step of cot inverse x value 3. But if somebody asks you the same question for plus infinity, from the graph you can see it is tending towards 0 point something, तो उसका स्टेप हमेशा 0 ही होता है, तो आंसर इसमें 0 आएगा। Okay, so today what we have effectively discussed is some revision of standard limits that we have discussed so far and Sandwich theorem and its applications. Okay, so examples on Sandwich theorem and standard limits. Tomorrow we are going to discuss expansion based evaluation of limits. Okay, right.